Mickey, same for you, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a fantastic experience to walk out today and have that raw. Just drawing back on the weekend's game, that when we first came out for the warm-up, the electricity in the air, it was nothing I've ever felt before, and it's a real credit to our fan base and the importance they have on us throughout the year has been fantastic, and obviously it's a massive occasion for them as well. So we really hope they enjoy it and hope they enjoy the day and enjoy the rest of the week.
So you're calling on the fans to be as loud as possible at the G on Saturday? I mean, it's important for the team?
Always. It's going to be always important for whoever gets over there, and I think there's large numbers going over for the game, so it's going to be really good to have that level of support. But in saying that, we will handle the atmosphere or the occasion as we did down in Geelong or as we did on the weekend. They were kind of two polar opposites. So, but yeah, we definitely encourage the team supporters that are going over, which are going over in droves, and we're really happy to hear that to get right behind us.
Mickey, as you came out today, you could sense that the players were sort of glancing around. You never sort of trained in front of this sort of amount of people. Are we starting to get a bit excited about the occasion now? Because I know you've sort of kept it pretty tempered.
Yeah, it's an exciting week, and I think we did acknowledge before we went out on the track today that it wasn't going to be another day at the office, basically. Like, there wasn't going to be the 3 or 4 stalwarts that come and watch us every week. But so we acknowledged that, and the message was to enjoy it, and because it is a little bit of a lighter session, as Aaron's alluded to, and our real heat-up session comes later on in the week. So today was a good opportunity to get out there, run out some cobwebs, prepare for our session on Thursday, and to enjoy the moment and to enjoy the atmosphere that was created by the fans.
You were one of only, I think, 3 guys who went to the Brownlow function last night. Was that a personal decision, or was it players given the choice to stay home or attend?
No, there were 3 of us there. It's ideal in the fact that we were over here and couldn't get to Melbourne and go, because that means we're on the biggest stage this weekend. But we were happy to have a representation there, and we had some corporates as well as some coaching staff and some staff on another table. So we definitely felt it was very important to have representation there. So myself, David, and who else went? Pav. Yeah, it was a good night, and a good night to be involved in, knowing that what comes ahead.
Aaron, do you know what Chris Mayne's injury actually is?
Oh, I didn't realise he was injured.
Same as every week, mate.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a fairy when it comes to that kind of stuff. He'll play it up as much as he can, but I think his performance on the weekend speaks highly enough that he's not carrying too much, and he's probably a bit like Aaron and the other guys you mentioned earlier. He's a notoriously goes missing early in weeks when there's training to be done, and he'll be zinging around there as fast as anyone, apart from myself on Thursday.
That second quarter though against Sydney, Nick, I reckon that sent a message to the Hawks just how good you can squeeze teams. You get a lot of confidence out of that performance.
It's definitely been a strength of ours throughout the year, and the second quarter on the weekend. I think the whole first half was a real element of why we were upset by so much at half time and in a really good position. But I think this weekend throws up a completely different challenge, and a challenge where we've got to train and prepare mentally and physically to do that for the 4 quarters. You mentioned the second quarter, and we were thrilled how it came about in the second quarter, and guys like Maney, Walters and Ballantyne really leading the way. But across the 4 quarters, it's going to be crucial for not only those 3 but the rest of the crew to get on board and make sure that's a real focus.
Is it harder to lock down the MCG than it is, I suppose, Subiaco? It's a bit wider, bigger pockets and wings.
I say it all the time, but it is just a footy ground, and I think the dimensions are obviously a little bit different. But it's a ball sport, and you've got to hunt the ball and hunt the player. And we've got a great system in place to be able to do that on all grounds. So we have real confidence in our structure and our purpose.
Has much changed because the Hawks would try to kick through the maze, the purple maze as we call it. Is there much change there when they'll try to kick through rather than handball through?
I think a lot of teams have tried to do that, and good luck to them. We don't really focus too much on as I said, good luck to them, and that they'll be training to find deficiencies in our armour, and hopefully they don't find them, because we'll hopefully be really really on top of our game.
The Hawks reckon they're going to help protect Sam Mitchell against Ryan Crowley. What do you say to that, Nick?
You coaching? Is he going to Mitchell, is he? Well, obviously Ryan will get a job, and whether it's Mitchell or Hodge or Isaac Smith's been another player that's been a real linchpin for their win-loss. Kind of you see his performance in a win really stack up quite highly. So we have some options for Ryan on the weekend, but I think it'll be no different to any other week for Ryan. We really value what he brings to the team, and we try and do the same thing for our players that get tagged, like Hilly or Fifey or Dave Mundy. We'll try and be supporting them and making sure their tagger has a tough day.
Mick, you played most teams this year, I think. Or you've played most games. Is Hawthorn the best team you played this year, do you think?
I think over the last 2 years it speaks volumes, their record, and week in, week out over the last 2 years they've been the most consistent, and I think at the top of the tree as far as setting the standard across the competition. So obviously this year we played them earlier on in the year and had a pretty poor result and a pretty poor game, probably our worst performance of the year, barring probably the St Kilda game, which there were some aspects of that where probably wasn't a reflection of our strengths, but I think it's a real reflection of the best team in the competition, best two teams in the competition having a go at each other this Saturday.
They've probably had the wood over you.
Sorry, can you just reflect on your personal journey a bit? Obviously the late start coming into the system and then you're going to make it a long journey to get to a grand final for you, isn't it?
It has, but across our list, I think there's a lot of stories like that, like Tendai, Zungu, a lot off the rookie list. I reckon this weekend we'll probably have 8 or 9 off a rookie list in our 22, and not too many top end draft picks. So I think that's a really strong aspect of the group and our desire to play together and play for each other. You mentioned my journey, but it wouldn't have been possible without not only the 21 that I'll get to play with this Saturday, but the whole collective of the football club, their assistance in my journey and getting us as a football club to where we are this week, and I couldn't be prouder to be associated with it.
Just on your leg, say the hardest day or the lowest point with your rehab, did you ever feel you might get back early?
Oh, there were definitely parts of the rehab which were really mentally draining and mentally a struggle, but in my confidence in the sports science guys and the football club's process of my rehabilitation was never thwarted in the fact that I'd get back playing AFL footy.
What about the journey from Shep or Werribee or whatever to the MCG on grand final day for a Victorian boy?
Yeah, I've had a few text messages and emails and whatnot from a few people from back home. It's the local grand final every Sunday in the GVFL after the AFL grand final, and I'm usually there knocking around with a few of the boys and tipping a glass, but I'll miss it this year, so a bit disappointed with that. But no, we couldn't be happier to get the chance. You look back every year. I've been involved in the AFL system, and before that, stargazing at AFL grand final day and what it brings and how exciting is it, and how it galvanizes a nation, and really jealous of not being involved, and now we're involved, and so it's going to be a massive highlight.
How many tickets have you had to collect for your mates and your family?
My mates have been really good. They know we only get a certain allocation, so I've got a pretty big family and a loving family, so I didn't give any to my family. So we've got the family sorted, and a couple of close mates, but they're going to be there in droves, I think, which is really pleasing for me.
Have you consciously had to hold down the excitement, waiting for Saturday? Like, are you conscious of not playing the game before the ball's bounced?
Not so much today. No, it's been for me personally. I'm not sure about the rest of the group, but I've been quite calm and relaxed in the preparation of the week, and I think it'll really start to come along maybe later in the week with the last training session and getting over to Melbourne, because we're under no illusions. It's going to be a different build up to what we're used to for any other final or home and away game. So to this stage, just kind of preparing as it is any other week, but no doubt I'll have some mental preparation for later on in the week when it will become a bit hectic and become a bit surreal.